Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Monday, the 14th of July, 2025. The year BSV comes alive. Branch your threads, expand your mind with treechat.ai or your post put on chain. Right, let's see what we've got today. I've been away for these last few days. It has been a busy one. I've literally not had time to do this. I've been networking and all that, so trying to catch up on a few bits and pieces. Cointelegraph says controversial Grapecoin upgrade, BIP, that stands for BIP, which is Bitcoin Improvement Proposal. 119 may be decided by the end of the year. So we'll find out what shit that is that they're trying to implement now. We've got to talk about the prices because the market is pumping. So we'll talk about what they might be doing because we know there's no utility there. All these coins get pumped and dumped. So we'll just talk about what I think might be happening there. Again, it's all speculation and conjecture. We've got a 655 megawatt block there on Bitcoin. We'll have a look at the price pump comparisons to BTC and all the other coins on Orange Gateway. And then we've got quite a bit of 365 days of Bitcoin history to catch up on. Right then, let's get into it.
Greg says he's Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, them transactions flying free. Just wait for the Terra node, you'll surely see.
All right, here we go. So let's see then. Controversial Grapecoin upgrade, BIP proposal 119 may be decided by the end of the year. Here we go. If activated, BIP 119 could boost Grapecoin Layer 2's Grapecoin Layer 2s, what a joke. Like the Lightning Network and ARC, while offering end users safer and easier self-custody solutions. Absolute drivel, absolute hogwash, more gaslighting, more bullshit is what that is. Yeah, just sit back, don't do anything, let us take care of you. We'll just tell you more and more bullshit because all you got to do is hodl. That's what it's all about. Unbelievable. Backed by prominent Grapecoin developers and firms, the long dormant Grapecoin Improvement Proposal, Op Check Template Verify, oh my god, known as CTV or BIP 119, is now gathering steam. Oh really? If finally approved, it could boost Grapecoin scalability, bullshit, security, no, usability, bullshit, particularly through the introduction of governance and vaults that could improve self-custody. Yeah, it's going to help you use it by improving self-custody. There is no utility in self-custody. That's hilarious. And enable safer, smarter Layer 2 applications such as Lightning and ARC, which make it a completely centrally controlled security offering. Oh my god. Grapecoin protocol upgrades are few and far between. Yeah, because how safe do you want to make something that hodls? Oh yeah, we can hodl 1 and hodl 2. You can hodl better than you could hodl last time. Just keep on hodling. They typically require years to activate thanks to Grapecoin's decentralized governance structure. What a load of crap. They were just going on about how they were going to increase spam on the network. There was no governance gone through that whatsoever. They were just like, no, we're just storming ahead with this. No discussions. Where's all that gone now? We've got to let spam on the network. Oh, never mind. But literally as soon as they start pumping the market and number goes up, everyone's just like, oh yeah, all right then, yeah. That's what they do. It's outrageous. But BIP 119, proposed by Jeremy Rubin in 2019, is getting closer. In fact, some developers believe it could find consensus by the end of the year. What a joke. BIP 119, an open letter to BTC's tech community, you mean like Blockstream, who centrally control it. On the 9th of June, a group of 66 Grapecoin application and protocol developers signed an open letter to the technical Grapecoin community urging adoption of BIP 119, as well as another proposal. CSFS BIP 348, the signatory, notes the significant benefits that these changes would bring to end-user Bitcoin, including boosts to Grapecoin Layer 1 security and Grapecoin Layer 2 scaling solutions. Yeah, whatever you do, just don't use the base layer, use the layer that we control. Among the signatories were influential developers such as James Simlot, surprise, Andrew Polstra, as well as developers from Grapecoin Focus like Anchorage, Luxor Mining, and really, yeah. Honestly, what an absolute garbage piece that is. Honestly, such absolute shite. Absolute shite. Yeah, but people are just going to be reading it because it's like, well, we're sitting on big bucks now, $120,000 Bitcoin. Yeah, I may as well try and keep up to date with it so we can talk about all this bullshit is what it is. Literally, it's bullshit. And look at this. So we've got a $3.6 trillion market. A $3.6 trillion market. Gregcoin at $119,000. So that'll have a new all-time high. Was it 120 or something? New all-time high, $122,000. They'll all be celebrating. But what have you done? Did you actually do anything with it? No, you didn't. Or are you going to do anything with it? No, you're just going to dump it on some other poor, unsuspecting schmuck. But I mean, look at these going up. It's a weekly. It hasn't actually got the figures in a week, but you can see it looks pretty substantial. Ethereum now $3,000, XRP like $2.90. Everyone's going, oh, XRP is going to go to $10. Do you know what the supply of XRP is? Like, do you understand what the market capitalization of it would be if it actually went up to $10? But I mean, who knows? You're living in a crazy world. I mean, imagine if XRP actually got anywhere near, like, Ethereum or BTC. I mean, oh my God. You just don't know what's happened. But look at this lot. How can you say that they're all independent and they do different things when literally, their value, and again, they don't produce a share price. They don't produce a dividend, is what I was going to say. They're literally, they don't produce like a share price based on profits. They're just literally speculative pieces of crap. And the reason the prices look all the same is because they're all centrally controlled and manipulated by the same people who own and control and manipulate the markets, which are those of the central bankers. Like, honestly, what a joke. But whereas Bitcoin, though, that's going to be well out of the top 100 by now. Oh, 104. Look at that. So this is what, I mean, I don't want to be right, but this is what it looks like. I think they're literally going to pump the shit out of the shitcoin market, and then I think they're the ones who are going to crash it, just like they did in the Great Depression in 1929. They literally have no qualms about literally absolutely annihilating a market. This is what they did after the Roaring Twenties, like 1929. Rug pull reduced the amount of circulating currency and circulation by a third. No wonder people couldn't put a roof over their head or food on the table, let alone maintain share prices. So the stock market's crashed, but they'd already got out. So then they obviously, scooped up all the economically distressed corporations in America, having, multiplied however many profits they made in World War I by a factor of like God knows what. But it looks to me like they are going to pump the shit out of this entire market, and then they are literally going to slam it like almost to zero. And then they'll say, oh, we need this to be regulated. Everybody's lost billions of dollars, and somebody's to blame for it. Oh yeah, don't be looking at us, because it was the free market that decided that. The market decided it was a Ponzi scheme. That's what I think they're going to do. They are going to literally try and get rid of it once and for all. And the way you try and get rid of it once and for all is by just making the largest bubble you could possibly make, an absolutely massive one. And you've got these people going, oh yeah, Gregcoin's like a $2.3 trillion market cap now, it's going nowhere. No, afraid not. All you need to do is actually look at the 24-hour trade volume. Let's see what's going on now. So it's only 2.7. Any healthy market would be 5%. Literally, $65 billion. Remember, that's buying and selling. So you probably half of that. That's going to be just about $32 billion. $32 billion is nothing of a $2.3 trillion market cap. Literally, they have no idea how thin is the ice is that they're skating on. So what's 10% in 7 days, 14% in the last 30 days, 42% in the last 90 days. Now, in the last 3 months, going up 42%. What they want is people to be dumping genuine Bitcoin, BSV, because they're not really doing too much without them and pumping the shit out of the rest of the market. All these unsuspecting characters buying, XRP, and all this kind of crap. Like, oh my goodness me. So that's what I think they're winding up for. It scares the hell out of me. I literally think they're winding up to literally dump the market like so hard because it can't do anything else. And they want rid of it. They don't want people to use it. They've got to find an excuse. So if people get really upset by the fact that the market like dumped from out of nowhere, they'll be like, oh, well, everybody's lost billions and you're not insured and you shouldn't be playing with fire and, it's a Ponzi scheme. And therefore, since this has happened, we've got to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And therefore, what we need is all your biometrics and your inside leg measurement. And you've got to stay indoors for, 7 days a week. Not allowed out. Safe and effective that way. Don't go near your laptop buying Bitcoin. That this is what's coming. I wouldn't put it past them if they came up with a GreatCoin vaccine. Like, oh, have you been damaged by GreatCoin vaccine? Well, we've got a cure for that. All you got to do is come and get your GreatCoin shot. Get your GreatCoin shot, and you'll be much better, safe and effective from GreatCoin. Then just get your GreatCoin vaccine. Oh my goodness me, that's what it's going to be, something like that. Get your GreatCoin tracking device. Track the price along with your heart rate. Make sure you're still healthy and all that. Look at this though. Look, block size 93.33, but transactions just 3.45. What's going on there? But we've got a block here, 655. So again, we've got GreatCoin with our 1 megabyte block size, 30 blocks in the column. So they won't. There's certainly not going to be 60 megabytes in that column there, and we've got a 655 megabyte block. Absolutely huge. 91,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than GreatCoin mining Bitcoin at a 51.7% comparable loss. 3.6% more profitable to mine on GreatCoin over Fisher Price Cash. But 1.8% more profitable to mine on Bcrash over GreatCoin. Let's have a look at the politics in the pie charts then. Haven't seen this for 4 days. Other miners also about 6%. Bcrash, other miners there. Well, Fisher Price Cash, what the heck is going on there? Was that CK Pool or something like that? And then they never show the actual genuine mining charts for Bitcoin, do they? Let's have a look at Orange Gateway then. So Bitcoin versus GreatCoin. So it looks like Bitcoin is down 1.52% in comparison to the increase in GreatCoin. So we'll see what that looks like in terms of US dollar value. So tracking up a little bit. 24-hour high 27.53, a low 26.30. Let's have a look at this. So these were the real low points, and it's just been ticking up sort of slowly, but nothing really to write home about. Let's have a quick look at the big dog versus USD. Yeah, there we go. That's been trending upwards, 42% over the last 3 months. Oh, jeepers. Yeah, and again, like green candles there over the last 4 days. Yeah, look at that, been pumping on the 11th. It kept going up, and then it's pumping again today, and it's just dropped down again. Honestly, it's shocking what's going on when you really realise it. Whoa. All right, let's have a look at 365 days of Bitcoin history. So on the 12th of July 2017, audience member Christian Langlis holds up buy Bitcoin sign during Yellen testimony. Check it out. This was an absolutely epic day to remember. But again, this was... so it was before the fall. It was before all these shenanigans. So you're actually buying genuine Bitcoin then when he did that. Great image, that one. Great image, that one. 13th of July 2010, we've got a Bitcoin Talk forum. 14th of July, got an email from Marty Malmi, 14th of July 2010. And more from the Nakamoto Institute saying no blocks downloaded. Why? 14th of July 2021, Million token reached its all-time high market cap, $256 from nothing. You know, Tech Leader was absolutely spunking his pants on that one. You know, and yet people still listen to that scammer. They still listen to him. Yeah, because it's what the whole charade is all about. Oh, there might be a way to just sneak in, and you know, it's all trade bollocks. There's no productivity. There is nothing being promoted. There's no goods being created or manufactured. Nothing. Literally dollar worshipping Ponzi casino. 14th of July 2022, troubled crypto lender Celsius files for bankruptcy. US crypto lender Celsius Network filed for bankruptcy in New York. New Jersey-based Celsius froze withdrawals 1 month earlier, citing extreme market conditions, cutting off access to savings for individual investors and sending tremors through the crypto market. In a court filing at the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for Southern District of New York, Celsius estimated its assets and liabilities to be between $1 billion and $10 billion. An estimate between 1 and 10 billion. An estimate. That's insane. With more than 100,000 creditors, the company has $167 million in cash on hand. Oh wow, how convenient! But they screwed all the customers over. Good grief. Let's have a look. See if we can actually bring the article up. Here we go. Alright, so it's a Reuters article. I remember that. Right, there we go. That is just a quick 17-minute show. Right then, we'll leave you there. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope you will back in the saddle soon. So until then, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
The king still has one more move.